The Premier League enters its week 10 today, and there are a lot of mesmerizing Premier League fixtures to come for you this weekend. And let me tell you, the first of them is going to be Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Remember that this season, the Premier League is actually getting complicated, and every team, they are fighting hard so that they will be in pole position at least before the new year. So we have Newcastle United versus Arsenal as our first Premier League game, and the kickoff time is actually 13:30. Okay, so it's going to be, to me, it's going to be a very difficult game for Arsenal. Honestly speaking, remember last week, just this last weekend, Newcastle United, they lost by 2-1 to Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge, and that defeat was the first consecutive defeat they will have in the Premier League since January, when they lost by 2-1 to Manchester City. Remember, the week prior to that 2-1 defeat to Chelsea, they were beaten at home by Brighton. And that 1-0 defeat to Brighton was actually the first home defeat for Newcastle this season. So for Arsenal now, that is going to Newcastle Stadium, is going to be a very tricky one. Newcastle, they will not want to lose 2 consecutive home matches and 3 consecutive Premier League matches. So it's going to be a difficult one. And if you ask me, honestly speaking, I'm going to tell you it's going to be a win or draw for Newcastle United. But for Arsenal to actually do something tangible today, they really have to put their house in order. If not, it go hard. It will be very, very difficult for them. Liverpool will welcome Brighton and Hove Albion to the Anfield Stadium, and it's going to be another big match. So Liverpool should not underrate Brighton if they are to return back to the top of the Premier League table. Let me just tell you that remember, Liverpool relinquished power to Man City when they were head to a 2-2 draw by Arsenal last weekend. So Liverpool currently, they are second position on the ladder. They are having 22 points, while Brighton, they are sixth on the ladder with 16 points. And now let me also tell you that since 2020, Liverpool and Brighton have played 10 matches. That is, in their last 10 matches, Liverpool and Brighton have shared the same number of victories. Yes, they've shared the same number of victories, but with Liverpool winning 3 and Brighton also winning 3, and they both drew 4. And though this corresponding fixture last season, that is when Liverpool played with Brighton at the Anfield Stadium, Liverpool actually had an edge 2-1. So there is high probability that Liverpool will win today. All the statistic is in favor of Liverpool, but if they gamble with it, they might end up on the losing note. But I must tell you the fact that Liverpool, they are having an edge. So there's high probability that Liverpool, they are going to win today. All right, another big fixture today is at the Vitality Stadium, where Bournemouth will welcome defending champion and current league leader Manchester City. So you see all these big teams, they are playing today because there are Champions League matches during the weekend. That's why you see most of them, they are playing on Saturday. So the kickoff for Manchester City versus Bournemouth, and also Liverpool versus Brighton, is by 4:00 p.m. 4:00 p.m. So that's the kickoff time. So make sure you actually watch those matches. So it's an opportunity for Manchester City to increase their lead. I don't see any reason why Bournemouth should give them a tough time, except the fact that they're actually playing at the Vitality Stadium. So that's the only reason. And in the Spanish La Liga, Valencia versus Real Madrid, the match has been postponed. Yes, this was postponed due to the natural disaster in Spain. In those parts of Spain, you know, there are flooding, and then from Energy Sport, we wish those affected a quick recovery. Okay, so that's it. So that's all. So make sure you follow for more and share my video. And if you are listening to me on YouTube right now, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel to enjoy another fantasy day, another fantasy weekend of football action.